Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as we get set for what ought to be a terrific battle. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Badgers will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense is on the field for the first time today. When Minnesota and Wisconsin get together, not much more satisfying than reaching around, grabbing that axe handle, and taking a swing at the goalpost. That's the stakes today, guys.
Yeah, and a lot of stakes, a lot of emotion. These guys don't like each other. Listen, the Gophers and the Badgers are built the same, Palmer. They're the same identity. It's toughness. It's running the football. Who can establish that in this football game?
And to me, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of either of these two schools. If you just love college football, what makes it great, it's the rivalry games, right? This is the most played rivalry in the FBS. Paul Bunyan's Axe. This game is always so much fun to watch.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Gets it out fast. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. A lot of tight finishes when the Gophers and the Badgers battle for the Axe. Minnesota taking a tight one last time out.
And I promise you, Wisconsin's heard about that all year long. Minnesota getting the Axe a year ago. You see the film, you see the highlight.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. You know when it's snowing, not only is it wet, it's freezing. Your hands are cold. You can barely feel the football. So if you can get to that football, put your hand on it or rip that thing out.
Got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. So Wisconsin's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay. It's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality. Let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. These old rivals have gone at it for a long time. First meeting way back in 1890. It is the most played rivalry at the highest level of college football.
Yeah, you're right, Reese. And even though this game hasn't always had national championship implications or Heisman Trophy implications necessarily, this game defines what's so great about college football. It's the rivalries, right? You don't have to be necessarily a fan of either of these two schools, but appreciating the history, I think, is what makes this game so unique.
Yeah, and the trophy games are so fun. Just to watch the teams react at the end. And they know, starting this game off, one of them is going to run across the field and get an enormous axe. How flippin' cool is that?
They'll leave it with him. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tagged it.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Lets it fly deep downfield. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Splits the uprights, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Looking for a productive play on first down. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. He'll pull it on the read. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll keep it himself. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. The first play does nothing. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nowhere to go, and now the ball's out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. A loose pigskin in the end zone, and the defense is all over it. A fumble recovery for a touchdown. Comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Line gets set, first down. To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. The Badgers moving quickly to the line. All this intensity, all this build-up for an axe. What kind of axe do you have at your place, David?
Well, I have the body spray, but this rivalry obviously means so much. These programs are built so similar to each other. So many tough guys on this football field wanting to come out here and swing that axe.
They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. With the question as to whether he can feel his fingers at this point, fair catch is wise in the middle of this snowy, cold weather. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Fires to the tight end. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on first down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about, right here, seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
Dragged down at the 39, but he's got 5 yards, and they'll move the sticks.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Toss to the outside. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
On second down, just keeps firing. On target. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. The Golden Gophers are on the move.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that...
Throws toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll give it to the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to get to him. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. 2nd and 10 here. Looking downfield, it's Kendricks. Takes the easy completion. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down. And the Badgers in the hurry up. Off the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
And wings it incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He gets a block. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, receiving team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Penn State is ahead early at Happy Valley, but that's not exactly Saquon out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Michigan State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. Guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Makes his connection. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Badgers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He'll fair catch this one in the snow. Got to make sure that you don't let that thing squirt through. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Floating away. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Some misdirection with the counter. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Back to throw, it's Kendricks. Dances away from the heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Badgers want to crank the tempo.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
And it's not a decision time. You're going for this. You're near midfield. Sometimes those punts will go in the back of the end zone. You're going to net like 25, 30 yards at the most. No. Get the big boy pads on. Strap the extra mouthpiece. Let's go get the first down.
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Power football with the run.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Still on his feet at the 45. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking down the left side. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. The hand to the running back. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. On the move at the 30. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. The Golden Gophers will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Gets it out quickly. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And that lead grows even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Wiggle. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Got his man quickly. Tackled immediately after the catch. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. On the move, he fires. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. And the Badgers will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this...
And they got him for the sack.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Gonna take a shot. Pass is incomplete, and that's gonna do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Minneapolis to Madison, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases enjoying a soda pop and a little trash talk in this battle for Paul Bunyan's axe. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking. Very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. 1st down for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Always want to pile on those points when you can, guys, but you have a 20-point lead, life is good. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on second down. Quarterback on the keeper. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Man, that is a big hit. And that's a hit that I'm going, listen, if I'm the OC, I'm the head coach, I don't want to take many of those. I want to run the RPOs and I want to run my quarterback. But, Palmer, I got to understand the difference between the critical situations when I want him to take hits and the other times when I want him to take a slot.
Yeah, you got to live to play another day if you're this quarterback right now. You know this defense, their eyes are lighting up every time they see you take off and run. They know they're going to get those opportunities to try to put you down. You've got to slide. You've got to try to get out of bounds. You've got to really try to save yourself because this team needs you if they're going to win the game.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They go to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
When a running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
They'll run it from the gun. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves them with 3rd and 3. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Getting some heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. He got it. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked.
Unloads it downfield. Pulls it in on the right. Off he goes. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wisconsin. And once he found...
Touchdown.
It was time to make a house call.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy...
And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a first down. And the Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Whalen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Fires to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end.
He caught it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Working that left side now. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. He's got it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to pound their way in. Touchdown, Minnesota! And the punishment has been extended. Fellas, I tell you, the Gophers are starting to give the Badgers the business end of that axe.
Yes, they are, Reese. I tell you what, the Gophers taking the lead in this rivalry game late in the ball game. Palmer, they are set up with the way they're built. They're in a good spot.
Yeah, when you think back to all the great games in this rivalry between these two schools, it usually comes down to the team that's the most physical. And so far here, it's been the Gophers being physically dominant in the trenches.
That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big lead in the game. You're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Makes a connection. He's loose. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
Just an ill... by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. He's looking to throw it. Swings it out to the flat. Breaks the tackle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Badgers!
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
He's got it, so they convert the two and keep just a flicker of hope alive down 2 possessions. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about.
And he breaks into the open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, that's an awesome job by the defense there, anticipating quick throw, but how about the pressure hitting the quarterback? Really, no shot for a completion.
The give from the gun. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, going up top. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. Quarterback checking off. Wants to go up top. Now adjusting. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
He's got the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? That is no good. And despite the lead still at 16 points. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Forced out of the pocket. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. And the Badgers want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Kendricks. He'll heave it deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
That's caught. It's Punga. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Pressure coming. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. A 1st down for the offense.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. Everything in the playbook is open to you.
It's complete to the left. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And he shows you the arm right there, but I tell you what, I've been impressed with this young man and his ability to do both. Rush, throw, lead a team, put up huge numbers in the top 10 in total TDs running and passing. And this dude very much in the Heisman race. He's had a great season. He can do a little bit of everything.
They keep attacking through the air. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Badgers want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll lead the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, going to the air. Incomplete, the defense holds.
And after failing to get that 4th down, it is basically desperation right now. Their defense has to come up with a quick takeaway or at least get a fast 3 and out to give themselves a chance to crawl back into this one.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Golden Gophers getting set on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's got his man. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. The offense set for a 1st down play. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.